Hey everybody, just Jesse here, coming to you from my garage, my man cave. Today is another day of, you guessed it, accountability. How are you guys doing on your accountability? Is there anything I can help you with or pray for you about? Um, Go ahead and leave a comment or shoot me some sort of message, and I'll be praying for you on that. Today's Monday, April 27th in the year 2020, and I wanted to talk to you about priorities. I know that there's a lot going on today, and now's not like, now's just the best time to find out what your priorities are. So we have the time, and we should be utilizing our time for the best. So we're going to look at Deuteronomy 6. It's time to pass on our priorities to our family, to our children if we have them. It's time to figure out our priorities if we haven't. So in Deuteronomy 6, Moses is making an attempt to remind the Israelites about their existence. Now, they were enslaved in Egypt, as most of us know, and they were released, but their whole existence really revolves around loving God. Moses is also telling parents to teach their children the truth about God, like they learned. So let's take a look at some of the principles that Moses develops. Verse 5 says to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Meaning that a relationship with God comes before rules. We need to have the relationship with Him before we can go ahead and follow any of those rules. Verse 6 says, these commandments I give you today are to be on your hearts, meaning that truth must be in you before it can be in them, before it can be in your kids or anybody who's following you. Verse 7 talks about how each day offers natural opportunities for teaching. And verse 7 says, impress on them your children, talk about them when you sit at home, walk along the road, lie down, and get up. Literally, natural opportunities are during mealtime, drive time, bedtime, and the time that you take to get ready. Always remember that. So when people say, I don't have the time, my day's so busy, well, there's some good examples right there, like when you sit at home, like the Bible says, during your mealtime, that's when they would sit at home, would be mealtime. Outside of that, they'd be out doing other things. Now, I know that today's a little bit different, but we still have time where we're sitting at home or we're walking along the road or going for a drive, let's say, or lying down, like when we go to bed or when we get up. So those are always times that we can be teaching our children about the love that God has and about some of God's laws and how much that He loves us and how much we belong to Him. So always remember that repetition is a teacher's best friend. So in verses 8 and 9, it talks a lot about that, and it says, tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads, write them on the door frames of your house and on your gates. Basically everywhere you go, everything you do, every time you take a look in the mirror, that's times that we can remember God's relationship, that we can remember that the truth needs to be in us, and that we can remember that we need to be spreading that. We need to pass on our priorities. These are our priorities that we need to pass on. So in a world of reclusion that's due to social media and other current events, just know that we're called, just like the Israelites were called, to make use of the opportunities. Decide on the issues that you can and discuss the questions with each other. Pray about your priorities together. What are some of your priorities? Have you taken the time to figure them out? If you haven't, don't feel bad or alone. Some of the priorities that I have taken a lifetime to find, and some I'm still searching for. So don't think that you have to have everything all together all the time, or when you get saved. because there's never going to be a better moment to find Jesus than right now when you need him. So don't ever miss out on that opportunity. That being said, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on another day of my accountability journey and listening to what the Bible taught me. If it taught you guys anything, or if you think it can speak to somebody, go ahead and give that share button a hit and send it off away to whoever needs to hear it. If you did like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, or if you just haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to get my videos every single day when I put them out, go ahead and ring the bell. Thanks again for hanging out with me in my garage in my man cave. I hope to see you tomorrow for another day of accountability, and I hope you guys have a great night.